Hello everybody, happy hump day. It's Wednesday. Today I wanted to share with everyone Romans 8 verse 14 that just talks about that those that are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. And so just thinking about this, there's a lot that I've been praying about and direction and that type of thing. But God doesn't lead us by circumstance. He doesn't lead us like, oh, this door open, it has to be God. We're instructed that in Psalm 37 verse 23 that the steps of a good man are ordered of the Lord. So if that is the case and he's ordered your steps, that means he has a particular door. He has a particular way that he wants you to go. How do I know if I'm going the right way? I don't want to make the wrong choice. You follow peace. And are we always going to get it right? We try to be led by God. I would hope that that is the case. God knows the intentions of our heart. And when we do miss it, thank God for his mercy and his grace. That's not our intent. But I just think about all the times where I've had to step out in faith. There were pieces of it I didn't know. There was pieces of it that I didn't have. All I had was one instruction from God. When I left to go to ministry school, it was just go and go now. I didn't know where I was going to stay. I didn't know where tuition was going to come from. I was unemployed at the time. But guess what? God, he filled in those gaps because he already made a way for those things because that was the way I was supposed to go. So another thing I noticed with that, though, there was a separation of different people that had been there for years, even believers that you're like, man, like you think that people are going to be some lifers, but there's some people that are just seasonal. There's some relationships that are seasonal. Some stuff we make up ourselves and put people in positions they're not supposed to be in. But long story short, I've noticed that anytime God has called us to a greater level, for me particularly, there always seems to be opposition, but it's usually from those that are closest to you, and you have to pray it out and make sure that you're following God and not people. That there will always be people that oppose the direction God sends you in. He'll have you step out in faith, and great things manifest after you take the steps. It's not always the case that you see great manifestation at the same time you step out. Very rarely have I heard that testimony from many mighty men and women of God that I've been connected to, but I do know this: if God is leading you to step out in faith and to take a certain direction right now in your life, you pray it through, follow his peace. And I hope and pray for you that you get it right. And if you don't get it right, that he's there to make sure to point you in the right direction and restore things quickly for you. So that's just it today. Pray, be led of God. Don't be led of the circumstances. Don't be led of what other people think. There's always going to be opposition. The word even tells us that there will be people that oppose the direction that he wants you to go, but that can't stop you from going forward of what you think people are going to think. Because we're not here to please him, them, her. We're here to please God. We live for an audience of one. Don't forget that.